What is good, disc golf family? Welcome back to another round of 18 holes of disc golf where I'm trying to break par from the long pads today. My last round, I was 1 under up to the 18th hole and I bogeyed 18. So I didn't quite break par. I finished even, which was honestly a fantastic round for myself, but didn't quite break par. So the goal is to be 1 under or better today. So I'm gonna start at hole number 10 because there's a nice young family that just teed off over at number 1. So I'm gonna start at 10 today. I got back in the gym for the first time in like 3 months 2 days ago, and I'm hurting. Let's just say that. So I'm gonna give myself a pass if I don't have distance today. But you know, I'm kind of raw out here, no warm up or anything. I might do some stretches or something before I get going, but let's go for this break par. All right, we're starting out here at hole number 10. It's par 3, 446 feet, right here between these two trees down here. So I'm gonna go with Discraft Scorch off the tee pad. Should be just fine for a little upshot and get a par here to start out. All right, basket's just up here behind this tree, so I'm gonna go a little berg upshot. All right, if you've been watching lately, you know the struggles I've had putting. So this round, I am gonna switch back to straddle putting and doing more push putt than swing putting. So if I miss this first one for a bogey, I promise I'm not gonna flip out and get too mad, but I am gonna at least try to use that for the entirety of the round. There we go. Okay, hole number 11, we got a par 3, 400, about 430. So I'm gonna go with this same Discraft Scorch off the tee pad. It does go downhill quite a bit, so distance-wise, I'm gonna try to put a little bit on this, but I gotta turn it a little bit because I got a creek here on the left. I wanna make sure that I am not going fishing today. Turned it too much. Okay, gonna go nice easy berg here again from an upshot. I'm telling you, if you're struggling with your upshots, dude, you gotta get a berg. All right, hole number 12, I got another par 3. These are all par 3s, so I'm gonna stop saying par 3. But par 3, 280 feet. Basket right down here over on my right, your left. I'm gonna go buzz, go straight at this tree here in the middle, and hope it fades back at the end for me. All right, well, I grip locked it, so it wasn't what I was trying to do, but I think I got about 20 feet for a birdie here. Okay, we got hole number 13. It's actually in a different pad or at a different basket location today. So it's like 360 and the basket's through this line of trees here. So it's a pretty hard left to right for me. I don't think I've ever played this basket location from the long pad. So this is gonna be kind of a tricky hole. So as you saw a couple holes ago, I did turn that Scorch over pretty good. So I think I'm gonna try and go like a high turnover, see if I can get it to turn far enough so that it fades back left at the end. This will be a tricky shot though, so I'm not really expecting much. Wow, way too high. Yeah, that was not my best work. I know I was kind of joking earlier about like, if you're struggling with your upshots, you got to get a berg. But honestly, I'm like not even fazed by bad tee shots anymore because I'm so confident with that berg that I literally feel like that was a really bad drive. And I'm like, oh yeah, nice easy toss with the berg. We'll walk away with par. Like when you have an approach disc that you feel that comfortable with, honestly, I think it makes you more aggressive off the pad to try to take some risks. So like that was a risk. Had no idea how that would turn out. Turned out poorly, but I'm gonna toss a berg up there and get a par on this hole. I mean, it's just like butter at this point. All right, hole 14, I got just over 250 through these trees. I have been liking the idea of going through this gap better than big hyzer around lately, just because I haven't executed the big hyzer lately. So I'm gonna go with the Berg off the pad. It is a bit of a sticky plastic, so especially when it's wet outside, so I'm gonna try not to grip lock this into the tree like I did last time. And that looked really good, but I left that a little shorter than I wanted to. Nah, this is a good birdie look, about 20, 25 feet. So not gonna take anything away from that drive. It's just on a hole that short, I'd like to be a little bit closer. All right, going directly into the sun here. We got a 330-foot par 3. Basket is just here in line with this big tree, so I'm gonna throw a scorch straight down this gap, try to let it fade back towards the end. Did what I wanted, but got no distance on that, and you probably didn't see that drive one bit because I got that like right in line with the sun. Okay, hole 16, new basket location again for this one. It's about 315. Basket is just over here, this little clearing on the end of those trees. This gap is not as big as it might seem on camera because that tree kind of cuts off any close hyzers. So I think I'm gonna take the scorch and try to go big hyzer around. So it's about the best I think I'll be able to do on this one. All right, not bad. I did start that out way too far right, but not bad. All right, hole 17. I got about 300 feet straight down this little fairway here. So try to do a little baby anhyzer with this buzz. And this is the problem with not practicing and like only coming out and playing, because like my last round, my left to rights felt really good. This round they feel terrible because I don't think I've worked up enough muscle memory with my form to be able to consistently move the disc left to right. So like even with that disc, I've had some good success with moving it left to right in my last couple rounds, but this round it's been doo-doo. So I don't know, we'll see. I might have to use another or start getting out some of my more understable discs, because again, that one's new, the scorch I've been throwing is new. So I mean, they're not beat up really enough to turn them over, like fully over yet, but I feel like I should be able to get a bit more left to right out of those. So I think for the front nine especially, I'm gonna have to use some more understable discs. All right, hole number 18. This one's a bit of a beast. So I got 400, about 40 feet. It is straight, but it's such a straight gap and there's so many trees on the left and right. It's really hard to get it down there and keep it clean so that I have a good approach shot. Lately, I've been getting decent distance, but with it fading so much, I'm always tucked behind a tree, so it makes my upshot really difficult. So I'm gonna go with that scorch and hope I can at least get it past this left row of trees so that if it does fade at the end, I have some room for a decent upshot for par. Heads up. I'm not gonna lie, there was a lady walking down that path. I really hope that didn't hit her. We'll see how that ended up. Again, I think that faded left a little bit too early, so I think I'm gonna be throwing from behind a tree again, unfortunately. All right, so I was kind of in a similar spot last time with this tree right in the way, and I got a good throw off, but it clipped this branch. So I'm actually gonna get down on a knee for this upshot, try to stay under that branch. Well, that's not how I wanted to finish that front. That's really, really frustrating. So, gotta find 3 birdies somehow. Over to number 1, 280. Well, this was a first. I had somebody recognize me from making TikTok videos. So, that's pretty cool. Shout out Andrew if you watch this one, but am I like famous now? No? Oh, okay. I'm gonna go make this putt. Gosh. Well, what I can say is at least I've hit the rim on birdie putts 3 times today. Last round, I was not even hitting the rim on them. So putting is getting closer, but still not cashing in. And on a front 9 where I need to find 3 birdies somewhere to break par, that was one of the ones that gives me the best chance to do it. Not looking good. So you got to try to steal one here from one of these longer holes soon. Okay, hole 2, 377, straight down this fairway here. I'm gonna go scorch out to the right and hope it flips up a little bit for me. Okay, well, as you can see, I did an extended walkthrough and it looked really awkward, and it went no further than if I did a normal walkthrough. So let's go save par. Well, this is what happens when I make bad decisions, like trying to run that instead of just tossing a nice easy berg up and save a par. Now I got a long putt for even saving par. Okay, hole 3, new basket location. So instead of it being a big left to right, now it's straight at the end of this little opening down here. This is where I have to be real with myself that I'm not getting down there. Like I don't have a disc that can reliably get that far, especially with this S shape. So I'm gonna go meteor and do a little hyzer flip into the little ravine down there, get it up for a par. Walking away with a par here is a win with this basket location. So I gotta not be an idiot and try and get all the way there. I'm gonna try and go left to right with this understable meteor and walk away with a par. And of course, we throw like that. Okay, I don't really have much of an angle, but I'm gonna try and go out this way with a pig. Since it's super overstable, hopefully get it close. All right, have a look for par. Holy cow, I hit a par putt. Okay, we're gonna try the meteor for this forehand today. Hole number 4, 261 feet. I feel like I flattened it out a little, so I can't go overstable, so I need to switch over to understable. And I don't know how this will go. If you can't tell, I'm frustrated, but I need to snap out of it. Hey, cut roll. It's rolling. I'm not gonna lie, that's a birdie putt right there. Not what I meant to do, but it's a birdie putt. Okay, couldn't see behind the trees. Not quite a putt, but instead of being an idiot and trying to step putt this from like 75 feet, I'm gonna toss a berg up there.
Okay, par 3, 430. There's a huge dog barking at me, so I'm gonna get going because that dog is massive. This might be my biggest weakness and frustration right now as a disc golfer, is just like once the round starts going south and I don't think I'm gonna hit my goal for that day, just like completely losing it. Like, okay, whatever, what's the point of even being out here? Like, I don't really say that on here, but it feels that way, which kind of sucks because like it's a great day. It's like 65 degrees and sunny. It's a great day for disc golf, but I feel like because I'm so goal oriented when it comes to competitive stuff that, I mean, I'm not even competing with anyone other than myself, I guess, but it's just frustrating that I want to make sure I'm trying to have more and more fun with this stuff rather than just because the camera's on and I have a goal, like it's a failure of a round, you know? The good news is I do have an angle here behind these trees, so this is probably a full standing throw with my Berg. Well, it didn't really skip, it kind of stuck in the ground, so it's gonna be a long par putt. I was about to just go home. Okay, hole 6, par 3, 280. They did move the basket since last round, so I'm behind this tree. So let's go buzz and just get a little baby fade out of it. Should have a good look at birdie there. All right, hole number 7. We got 330, a little hyzer in here around these trees. So I'm gonna take my scorch, put a little hyzer on it, go out to the right. Think it got through? I don't really know where that came down. All in all, it wasn't really a great throw, but not a bad landing spot. I just want to not be terrible at putting. Okay, hole number 8, 250, left to right, down at the end of this path, there's a clearing, basket's out in that clearing. So I'm gonna go understable with the meteor here, turn it over and hope I can sneak my way out. I'm just gonna throw number 2 from here. Of course, player B shows up for this hole today. Not player A though. All right, we're at hole 9, which is my 18th hole of the round, so this will be my last hole. Appreciate if you watched so far. If you could, do me a solid, go ahead and like and subscribe while I try to break par from the long pads. Number 9, we got 372 feet. It's here at the other side of the pond. I can't get there, so I'm gonna throw it along the bank and just fade it onto the bank and toss it up for a par. A little further left than I'd like, but nothing a good Berg can't solve. I just need to throw all Bergs, to be honest. All right, this round's gonna be a fail. Tune in next time, trying to break par from the long pads.